in America, the future of America is in the current president's hands, not in the next incumbent's possibility of employment. You see, when we fired Donald Trump, we fired him for his insubordination to the American people, his indignified comments about people all the time. Now, he did that because it allowed him to make a lot of news. It allowed him to bring up the uprising of white supremacy. It allowed him to downplay the black reverse racism that we experience all over town with blacks that we know regularly, and then they won't talk to us if there's another black person around. And openly, that's on them. It's never on a white man because we're not involved in that color of race. You see, the funny part about them talking about how we need to have black expos is if we want to make a white expo, all of a sudden we're white supremacists. If I want to go to a black expo, which is kind of an interesting concept of learning more about African American history, like going to the Indianapolis Museum, where they've got a library of the entire history, apparently, of black America, I am seen as, what, curious? No, educated, intelligent, thoughtful, caring, and understanding that in our history and our heritage of our American continent, we had a hell of a lot of help to become what we are and who we are from every single race across America that was legitimately born here. Now, those not legitimately born here, I have to question your presence of being here. I myself had myself a international bride, and I know something about the laws regarding that and how it was handled and how it was best handled at that moment of time in history, and how it was best handled on behalf of the woman that I loved and what she wanted to do for her life, her child, her entire future. And those were decisions that were made on the personal and private level, not a part of some international government. But what I can say to you is that people are immoral. And immoral people always want the concrete of things, which isn't often their business. The privacy of someone's name is not your business. The privacy of someone's records and medical rights are not your business. The privacy of their bank account, their finances, their actual credit cards are not your business, even if you're possibly related by bloodline, meaning you have the same parent of some kind or both of the same parents, but that is not your business. At no time were you part of that adult's life, were you? You chose to play in the sidelines of events for family, celebrations at holidays, but beyond that, you did nothing to create a relationship. You've created more relationship with the caretenders of your now late parents than you did with your own sibling. So that's on your life, motherfucker. You chose that. When you dishonored a man's wife in a obituary, you dishonored a man's wife. When you dishonored people who cared for that man, you dishonored that situation. When you allowed an alcoholic into the situation, you put an alcoholic in charge of caregiving someone who might have fallen at the hands of an alcoholic who's thinking she's going to earn something in the death of that individual. Now, these are just the things that a constructive person looks at from all angles of relationships. Of who you are to someone today is based on not who you were long ago in history or who you might be on occasion. It's based on what you're doing right now to interfere or assist a person's goals for their life, not your goals for their life. You see, God in heaven puts the soul in every human being, in every child that's breathed into as it travels into the human being. We don't have a lot of information on that is true and untrue. We have information, and the Vatican absolutely has a hell of a lot more information on God than any